What's up, dude?
What's going on, man?
Nice out, huh?
Super nice out. I'll be right down. I'm just gonna grab some coffee.
It's going down by myself. I do think today is it is heavenly out. I mean, wow. It's not cold. It's not.
Dude, it's insane.
The sky is.
It's so nice out.
So I'm kind of expecting to recreate my last weekend, and really want to try to shoot a deer or two, preferably two.
Yeah. Primo killing sometime.
I hope so. Might go say hi to Henry and Jenny, and I'll see you at camp. Back my honey hole. I'm gonna try to get as remote as I can. I would say this isn't the most remote area in the world, but you can get back here and get completely by yourself, no problem. And the woods are rugged and they're very thick, so that's what makes it so rustic and remote to me. Quick check-in. I had a little better week this week. I feel like I'm crawling out of the abyss, getting stronger. Mostly really need my friends. I need to shape up a bit. I need to take better care of myself. Yeah, I just need to work on some stuff. No doubt about it. It's okay. It's okay to be down and not so fit all the time, no question. So it's all right as long as you get out of it, and I think I will. Done. Got some video stuff done. I'm just really determined to keep up with this project, my art project. I love doing this video stuff, and I love trying to be myself, be me. And my plan today, I really feel I'm loaded. I've got stuff, but I don't have an egregious amount of stuff. I did bring the fish house, so it's more bulk, but I'll be more comfortable. If I have a deer or two, it's gonna be a different story, but we'll figure it out. So I'm gonna work really hard at getting a deer or two and scout. So I'm gonna be busy pretty much the entire time, so I'm gonna need to get strong. I'm feeling a little sluggish, a little off. My goal is to get my stuff set up, which won't take that long, and then get right in there and start hunting. So it's Friday, end of October. Halloween's on Monday. I'm gonna stay until Halloween. Probably leave after my morning hunt. I'll be be tired of hunting by then. So 3 nights and some full days. So I'm gonna not mess around. I'm sure there's some really massive deer in here because there's just spots that hunters just can't get to. So it's good deer country. It's gonna be great. Let's shoot a deer so we can do some stuff. spot. So I'm upriver about at least 500 yards. Kind of the direction the deer were coming from when I saw them last time, so I wanted to make sure I'm plenty far enough out of the way. This looks like a really, really nice homey camp, so this is gonna be great. Alright, I'm here and I'm set up. It's almost 4. So I think I'll kind of get to it, get my stuff organized, my camp set up good enough for now. I'm excited, but I'm lethargic today, so I'm kind of dragging. I can grind through hunting, no problem. And this spot is just amazing. Alright, I'm pretty much wrapped up here for the night. I am eat some trout, some pasta is tasty. Forgot one thing, a little pot with some salt and oil. Not crucial at all. I had a crack at one deer tonight, a doe, I'd say medium sizes. If I was guessing 30 yards, came right in my lane. Was looking back a couple times, just wasn't quite sure, and I just thought, well, it's pretty early, so I just let it go, and I didn't see anything after that until I was cruising up river to get back to camp, and a couple deer looking at me. So there's deer around, so I think just gotta be patient, try to get that shot again with a little bigger deer. I'll get up a couple hours before dark, probably have some coffee. That's kind of my time to relax mostly anyway, so I'll organize at the time I'll have energy. Got the heater on right now, it feels really good. It's kind of cool out, but once I get in the sleeping bag, I'll turn the heater off for the night. All right, day number 2 tomorrow. Just hoping for a miracle. I'm gonna have to move after this morning, which I'm gonna do anyway. So fair amount of deer activity. I heard them last night just across from camp, so I'm going to go to the other side of the river and keep working. In the meantime, just keep hoping I get lucky. I mean, it's a great morning to see a deer. Morning number 1, didn't see anything. A lot of noise, duck hunters. They were probably only, seemed closer than they probably were, but 500 to 800 yards from me. So definitely solitude was gone. I think I'm gonna regroup, scout myself out a new spot. I saw 2 deer on the way back up the river last night. So I think possibly more deer up by my camp. Either way, I'm not too discouraged. Just gonna keep plugging away. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be tough. Man, I'm tired today. Hunted till 10:30, got back here pretty quick. Just took a rest. Really tired. That's weird for me. I'm sure if I get going here I'll forget about that, but I don't know, I'm gonna have a little snack. It's probably 1 o'clock. I haven't really eaten today, and I haven't eaten at all. That's all right. I'm just gonna force a little food down and get myself a nice walk. I'm really just gonna scout this thick area across the river because that's where I was seeing and hearing deer, and I kind of want to get it figured out so I can get in the stand pretty early tonight. All right, let's keep it going. Okay, my little scouting trip. I guess I'm going to tell you what I'm looking for here. See if I can explain this on the camera. So I just scooted across the river. I'm not going to overthink things. I saw deer right where I'm at. I heard deer right above me across the river on the edge. And when I saw that first one on this side of the river, it was just down here on the edge. And then on the way up at dark last night, I saw one was looking at me over on the edge there. So they may be crossing. So what I'm looking for right now, what I'm seeing is, I can't tell from here, but I hunted downriver around the bend, maybe a little ways, quarter mile-ish, on the edge of this, at the end of this thicket on the interior here. So there's a nice little edge that goes down. I was more or less on the end. I don't think I really wanted to be so much on the end. Who knows? It's still a good spot. I saw a deer there most of the time. But I'm also thinking maybe they're bedded up in here and they're crossing the river and going down towards where I am. So that's a very good possibility. So maybe the deer are over here, I guess is my point. So let's check it out. I can see right here there's just a giant well-worn trail that looks like it's all deer. There's beavers around here plenty, but looks like it's all deer. So that tells me something too. So I'm gonna not go too far in. You know, I'm seeing these deer on the edges, so that's where I'm gonna stick to. And my presence doesn't seem to really have much of an effect, so I'm not gonna overthink that either. I'm gonna bring my crossbow with me because you never know. And I'm gonna scout it out. I think I found my spot. I'm gonna try. What I like about the area is, you know, it's in that vicinity of where I was looking, you know, across the river from my campsite. Get up the hill and into the woods a little bit. It's fairly open. There's a lot of thick areas. So really what I want to do is just make sure I have some shooting lanes, some openings, and this looks pretty good. It's about 50 yards in the river, really pretty much right across from my campsite. I mean, that's where I heard deer. I've got some nice openings. There's a little depression down here, a little water. I don't think deer would be using that, but it's open enough to, if they do cross down there, got a good shot and should have a good opening close to all the way to the river. So that'll be good enough. I think this is a pretty good spot. It is a little close to campsite. Don't love that about it, but I don't know. Don't overthink it. That's where they were yesterday. Get to work. I have plenty of time. So I'm gonna clean this area up a little bit and I don't know, get ready to go. Darn it. God, almost a waste of time. Okay, for a lot of reasons. One, I went in there and I cleared out my stand area as best I could. Felt really good about it. It's really right where those deer were around and right where that deer that I kicked up on the way home went in. So it's right across from where I'm camping as well. I got it all. Spent, hour plus in there working, doing what I could. And I went down to get my climber, came back up, went and I put my climber in the stand. So the first bad thing is I didn't examine that tree that I really did a lot of work clearing some shooting lanes, and it's too big. So I can inch up there with a lot of effort and probably just grab onto it, stand on a limb up there. So bad situation. I might just go in there and get it. And then I was coming down, just crossing the river to come back. I heard something there, and I had my crossbow, and I scooted over there, and I was like, shit, that's a deer. So went over there, got to the crest of the hill, two guys. So hopefully they didn't see my stand in there. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I like the spot. I really feel like I should you know, check it out sitting there and just to see. I think that's what I'm gonna do. God, it's gonna be real bare, but I probably take it out of there. Darn it. The other spot hasn't been a real good morning spot, but a good evening spot. So I could just go back to my old spot a little bit, but no, I think I'm gonna, I don't know. I got an hour to decide. Well, I'm totally undecided, and I think it's not just my normal indecision. It's good to think it through. I've got a tree that I really like, an area I really want to go to bad, but that tree is just, it's impossible. And then can I stand in that branch for 3 hours? I really want to do that. I could maybe make a ground blind in that area. That's an option. Or I could go back to where I have been hunting. The thing about that is, you know, I just don't like the wind. It's windier today. It's just straight south. I guess yesterday it kind of was the same and it blew out. So, God, I really want to go over here and check it out. So that's what I'm going to try to do, I think. Okay, here's my spot. I got to hoist myself up and inch my way up and stand on that branch. It's brutal, but I like this spot, and it's a good ambush spot. So I got time, and I just started finally feeling good, so I think I gotta boost energy and then I can rest for a while, but God, let's shoot a deer. Doing real good, actually. I'm almost in. I've got my top brace in. You have to tether that around the tree. You have to have the strap. It's absolutely essential with these. If you do not have those, you cannot be you can't be up there. It's very dangerous. So, of course, my strap wasn't long enough, so I had to fashion a bit out of my cord. I hung my bow while I was doing all that. Now I'm gonna have to take my bow out, and I think the only thing I'm missing right now is, because I have stirrups, I usually don't tether my climber together, but today I want to tie it together because I don't want that bottom to drop out, because I'm going to be putting all my weight sitting on the back of the stand. I'll be fine. So one more chore here and I'll be all right. This is not a demonstration of tree stand safety at all. Okay. If I did yoga, I would imagine that this would be a yoga move. I better not film this. I gotta concentrate. All right, I got it. Get comfortable, real stable. Getting down's another thing. So, well, I guess we're gonna check the spot out. So this is definitely a good tree to be in. So we'll know after today. Good. All right. Well, I made it on my tree finally. Not finally, but I made it out all right. So. Probably won't go into that tree again. I did not definitively see any deer tonight. I thought maybe I saw something, heard something. Definitely saw something. I couldn't say it was a deer or not, or a deer or two, but didn't come my way or whatever. I don't know. All of a sudden it didn't materialize into anything, and then I thought I heard something else, but who knows? I mean, there were some turkeys in there. God, it was a nice night. I hung tough in that stand. I was really alert and quiet, so I did good tonight as far as that goes, so I'm back. I will say that I definitely starting to feel myself, and feel strong. It took me about 24 hours to, I don't know, get going here. So I feel good. I'm a little, I don't know, I wish I was seeing a little more signs, some deer. But I'm just gonna hang tough. Hunt tomorrow in my kind of original spot downriver. All right, morning number 2, I guess, day number 3. I feel a lot better today, feeling strong. Don't really know what my plan is. I'm gonna go down to my original spot to start. I'm gonna have to put the climber in there, but you know, I have seen deer. Most of the time when I'm down there, mornings haven't been as good as evenings, so give it a go in the morning and then probably sit there in the evening. I think I'm gonna try to be patient and just stick it out here instead of packing up and maybe going somewhere else. It's a possibility. But hopefully I'll see a deer today or something and keep me in there, because that evening spot's been pretty good. And then in the meantime, I'll probably go clear another spot that I can hunt tomorrow morning, and that's going to be it. So shit. About 9 o'clock. I was just planning my escape out here and moving. I looked behind me. I saw a big buck come across this field into the thicket where I'm at. God, all he had to do was just come in here a little ways, but he crossed the river. I saw him over there. Huge body, big wide rack, serious deer. Dang it, dang it, dang. Well, I saw where he went. I'm going to set up over there. A morning of hunting with not a lot of action except for one giant buck. Man, my God, we got to talk about that. So instead of leaving, I'm going to stay here. Yeah, I saw that just giant one. He came across the field. I was feeling a bit dismayed because I just haven't seen any deer at all, and not only that, just no bucks moving. I thought I was in a pretty good spot to, you know, see us, you know, buck cruise through there. There's definitely some sign in there. I looked behind me, and coming across this field was just a giant one. I couldn't quite tell how big he was at the time. I just saw a big body, and when he was kind of more or less sort of quartering towards me, and I didn't get a real long glimpse of him at all, but I could tell he had a wide rack and a big body. He went through the thicket, and I was just kind of hoping that if anything crossed that field and went into the thicket, that deer was gonna come towards me. So I saw him come into the thicket, kind of this line of thicket. This just kind of goes along most of the river. And God, I just thought, geez, that thing's got to come my way. But unfortunately, it didn't. That would have just been, I mean, a real massive deer. Easily been the second biggest deer I'd ever taken. So I heard him. Couldn't really see him. I never got another glimpse until I heard him cross the river. And then he went up on the bank, and he turned around and looked. I could see him. He stood there for a little while. When he walked up the bank, I could see a little bit more of his rack, and it was giant. I saw where he went in, and that's where I was going to set up if I decided to stay for tomorrow morning anyway. I heard a deer right over there when I was camping, kind of bust me or wind me, and so I knew there was something over there, is why I wanted to go over there. And also when I was in my stand over in that area the other evening, I thought I heard something cross the river. So I mean, there's the smallest of possibilities. I might have them measured a little bit. You know, it's going to be, I got 2 more sessions here to try to get a look at him. But at least I know where he is right now, and maybe what his tendencies are. I mean, it's that time of year. But yeah, I would love to get a crack at him. He was a real giant, and I'd like to get him. I'm going to call this deer old Maple Tag. I saw him go, that's where I identified him, just right into these big silver maples at the end of that island. So it's a really quiet day today. Right now there's no wind. I can hear everything across the river. So a deer I'd hear. So I definitely got my crossbow. I'm just sitting here quietly. You never know. It is a cooler day out today with this cloud cover. but I want to get in there, and I don't want to disturb the area too much. But I also want to make sure I give myself a chance. So I'm gonna have to make a good decision and try to stay quiet. Best thing is not to overthink it and get in there and get yourself a good spot. So that's what I'm gonna do. Ready for it. I found a pretty open spot back there. It's tucked away in there pretty good without disturbing a whole lot. So I feel good about, as good as I can about this area. So there's some thick stuff way back there. So it's probably a good place to see some deer. Not necessarily get a shot, but see some deer. It'd be a real good rifle spot. But I probably would have seen old maple tag sitting where I am this morning. So we'll keep after him. Set. Let's hope maple tag made a fatal mistake. But let me see where he went in. So let's hope I have him measured. That'll be really exciting. I'm gonna shoot anything. I'm back at camp. I didn't see anything until I just heard a deer right behind me. Pretty good deer, but anyway, I'll be back at it tomorrow.